What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kyle and we're here at RRHQ 2.0, and you can see we've got concrete. But before we could get to this point with this nice finished concrete, we had to start up here with the gutters. I had to do some underground work. I had to do some grading work. So let's get into it. What I've got today is the Kubota and a Lamprey Kubota trencher, and I'm going to be trenching in my downspouts. So the reason I need to do this, one, because I don't want just water going in front of my building. Two, because I'm going to be pouring concrete out here. So all this gravel is going to get covered up. I want to get my approach done so that I can go in and out of my building, clean this area up, and just overall get rid of the gravel because it's just not as clean as concrete. But in order to do the concrete, I need to trench in all these downspouts. This will be the start of the trench. Then we're going to come down. We're going to pick up this one that comes down right on the corner of the black. So I'll have to trench through, and then I'll have to probably hand dig or maybe use the trencher to just come over to this trench. And then we're going to go all the way down. What I've got here is my, let's see, you guys can kind of see that maybe? That is my gas line. So you can see that little bit of yellow. I just had that put in. So there's my gas meter. And I need to be careful here, so I've hand dug this, I'll trench to it, and then we're going to cut this way, and I'm going to pick up a downspout that is way down there, and then it's all going to go out to the creek back there, and it drops off real good, so it'll be a perfect thing to do. So that is what we're going to start. I've already kind of removed some of this gravel. There's not a whole lot here, but I removed, I just scraped some of it up so that I can at least cover my trench up with some clean gravel, and then this will all get prepped for concrete anyway. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Just dug that in about 2 minutes. I went ahead and stopped right here. This is where my gas line comes through. I'll go and hand dig this section out. And then I dug far enough back so that I can come in here with another trench. I want to stay away from this area because of the gas line, and that right there is where my gas service is going to come out. And my gas or mechanical contractor, he wants to come back out, go underground, and go around the building instead of coming through the building here and then going all the way to the mechanical room. The mechanical room is like on the far corner. So I just want to kind of keep my gutter stuff away. That way when we go to dig through here, there's nothing in the way. And it's unfortunate I don't have that done yet, but one thing at a time. Like I said, the big push is to get this done so I can pour concrete. Trench done. The Kubota trenched amazing. I mean, it was definitely a little bit tricky because I don't have a grade stick on it. I couldn't tell exactly where I was at, but I just used my intuition and it looks like I did a decent job. So I've got like 6 inches from here to this corner up here, which, I mean, that's probably not as much as I would like, but the water is going to flow. It's nice solid pipe. It's not corrugated, so it should run pretty good. I don't think you need a ton of slope on gutter drain tile. So yeah, it'll go right out there. That's where the creek is. And now it's time to clean out these trenches, get ready to lay this pipe. I got to get it done. I'm already pushing the end of the day, and we got rain tonight, tomorrow morning, and I want to get these this pipe laid at least, maybe covered up with some dirt, and then hopefully the water can settle it. cow, guys, that was crazy. Cole just left. Thank him a big lot. Oh, he's over there somewhere. He's headed back to the house. He helped me get this done. It's about 8:30, and it's getting dark. We've had one bloody nose. We've had a spilt primer, but we got it all done. So what I've done is I've kind of gone around and I've kind of silted in underneath any low spots, because there were a couple where, you know, the trencher just got a little bit low. But overall, I'm super pumped, man. We start way over here, and we've got good fall. The bubble was always to the side of the level, you know, the two lines, all the way out. Today, it's not really a job that I'm going to do. I already did some groundwork. I got the Kubota out. I got my daughter out here with the compactor, and we did a lot of shaping of the ground where we had to get rid of all the old gravel, get down the grade so that we could get proper slope for these guys. This is Brian Dempsey, his crew. They did all the interior concrete, and they're doing my approaches right now. So I'm gonna try to get this big pad poured out front of my shop, so it's just cleaned up real nice, plenty of time to harden and get all good for winter time. So they're doing the first pour today. We just got the first truck in here. Let's go see how it's going. So my property is a little bit interesting because I am downhill from everything up here, right? Which makes sense, I'm down from what's up. But my whole thing was I didn't want everything coming down, hitting my concrete, and then running to my building. So we've got a slope on the porch. That was, you know, necessary, had to be done, but we needed to continue that out. So what we did and decided was that right about the end of my porch, down there where they're pouring right now, that's kind of the midpoint. So anything at that porch point, that is not level, but it's basically level off the porch. And then there's I think a 3 to 4 inch slope, this 40 feet. So about an inch per 10 foot, inch and a quarter is what they decided to do all the way down here. That's gonna keep everything running to the south of my building. Now, the thing I had to consider, and I talked to Brian, is my whole goal is to be able to put a little bit of concrete going around to my side door. So they had to consider that with how the water was going to retain and move that way. So actually, this form board here, which is going to be the outside of the second pour, is almost level with this out here where the water ends. So this whole thing is kind of all moving to the south instead of coming like a fishbowl and going down into a swale, which is what I thought originally I would have to do. But I'm going to have to come and do some shaping of my dirt out here later. That's easy. I got the machinery. I can just pull the dirt out and reseed my lawn. I was more concerned that I didn't want to be driving, let's say, a motorhome, because that's the whole goal of this shop, was that big bay over there was for a motorhome. I didn't want to pull a motorhome in here and have it rocking on me because I've got all these different pitches. So Brian and I worked really hard on making sure that this was all going to be as small of slope as possible, but enough to move the water all to the south. And then over here on the north side, let's walk over here. So here on the north side, you can see them, they're working on the south side. My big door, this was where I wanted as little slope as possible. And this is gonna be way better than my other shop. I've got, you know, I think an inch per 10 foot here. And then this is all gonna swale to this point. So this is why they're doing 2 pours. It's because they wanna get the first pitch established, and then they'll come back tomorrow, they'll pull that form board, and they've got rollers. And I hope I'm around to see that. I don't know if I will be. They got rollers that they'll just run right on top of the form board and on top of the poured concrete. They put a piece of protectant like flashing on it, and then they get a perfect pitch. But this will give me the area where the water is gonna run right out here, and then this all slopes down to a creek. So I'm pretty happy. It was a little hard for me to see when I started working the ground a couple days ago and getting it prepped for them. But now that the form boards are up, you can really see which way the water's gonna go, how it's gonna look. I love concrete. It's permanent, it's stressful, costs a lot of money, but it looks really nice when it's done, and it'll give me a nice clean surface to pull machinery, truck, trailer on, and to get in and out of the shop without going over a hump or having to pour some gravel to get that hump. So I'm pumped. Yeah. Go. I'll wait for it. I remember, dude. I don't know.
Oh, no. You got to follow your gut.
Yeah.
One more.
You got a water hookup on here?
I don't. I could get your 5-gallon bucket. Sweet, guys. First section all laid out. That took them just over an hour, 5 minutes or so. Looks really good. I like to see now what we're working with. I mean, I was kind of afraid how much slope I was going to see. I didn't want much, and it looks like it's going to be spot on. So let's go ahead. Tomorrow they're going to come back. They're going to get this side prepped maybe this afternoon or while they're letting this set up. And then we'll be back tomorrow to pour this last section. And I do have a little bit of a treat. I'm supposed to be getting the new green concrete saw from Milwaukee, the MX Fuel. And I told Brian, let him use it. I'm gonna use it too. I wanna give it a go. And we're gonna use it to cut some of these lines on this second pour. So that's supposed to show up today. Probably too late. They'll have to cut this before that shows up. But stick around because that'll be one of the things we do at the end is cut the saw with the new MX Fuel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, stick around. Do that, you know? Yeah. Easium on it.
Guys say don't use the steel on outside work. I've done it for 30 years and it's fine. That new one there, on your left side, you got it up on concrete just a little bit. Just make sure. Just leave it. I'll scrape it when it dries a little bit.
Check the board.
Yeah.
And maybe you've done it, but if it didn't turn out good, you.
And that's kind of the case with everybody, you know. You get a lot of people take days off just to watch us do their driveway or something.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. You got it? Yeah. Maybe just hold up on them, Dylan, for me. That's funny because I was turning the channel this weekend, maybe. Colleen, wonder who you're waiting a call from?
Wow. All right, day 2. They got this all formed up. It's gonna be a little bit different because they're gonna be using this roller over here that you'll see in a little bit, and hopefully that gives us just it's not just about a good finish, because the guys can do it with their skill and a nice flat, straight, you know, strike off board. They were using the aluminum board, but this roller, I'm told it makes it a lot easier and faster to just take that concrete, strike it off completely flat. I've never seen it, so if you haven't seen it, stay tuned here. Let's see how this works. They're gonna back the first truck in and get going. Dude, that's pretty sweet, man. No back and forth or pulling, man. You're just like sitting here and that tool's doing all the work. It just goes to show the right tool makes the job easier and probably way better too. But thank you. I wish.
Compared to yesterday,
You got a whole lot left.
so
I-
can't believe how cheap those rollers are for what they do for a job site for guys. And why they're not on every guy's crew. They don't make no sense.
So guys, there we go. Concrete is looking fantabulous. Now, unfortunately, both of the days that this concrete was cut, I couldn't be here because I was working the other job site, and I did not get the Milwaukee green saw in time to use it here. So I'm gonna have to use that on another future job. We've got a lot more concrete to eventually do here with the approaches. I wanna go all the way out around that way where I've got another door around the side of my building. This section of concrete just needed to get done so that I had a nice clean place to get in and out of this door. So definitely follow along, guys, if you want to see more content on RRHQ 2.0. I've got a lot more coming. I've got interior work that I will be doing, but big shout out to Demps Concrete. They're out of Dixon, Illinois. They did all the interior flat work. They did this exterior flat work. They're great guys. They do great work. They're fast, efficient. That's the kind of contractor I like to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You guys hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and we'll catch you on the next video.